school basketball is back on Beaver Media and on the Daleville Prep channel. Tonight from Daleville High School, MEC basketball as Wapahani takes on the Daleville Broncos. Good evening and hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you again tonight as we head for the final 2 weekends of the boys basketball regular season in Indiana. It hardly seems possible, but here we are, and we've got a nice matchup for you tonight on a February Friday night here in East Central Indiana. Wapahani comes in the midst of an outstanding season for Matt Lewis, the 11th-year head coach. Raiders have gone 15-4 so far, only one loss in the league, a pair of 6-game winning streaks, and a 3-game winning streak for the Raiders from out in Selma. Daleville also having a renaissance year for their first-year head coach, Tyler Stotler. Daleville is 12-7 overall, sitting in a tie for 4th in the league race, but they've had a nice season. The most wins they've had at Daleville in a year for about 8 years, and just 6 years removed from an 0-21 season, people are starting to think about Daleville as a potential threat to win the 1A sectional in 55 a couple of weeks down the road. We've gotten a couple of sensational players in this game. In seniors, Ryan Hale, you hear the hand for him as he's introduced in the senior night activities here. He's having an okay year, 15.4 points a game and 11.2 rebounding. That's an okay year. One of just a handful of players in Indiana averaging a double-double for the entire season this year. He's sharing the scoring honors for the season with Connor Fleming, a sophomore guard, who's also averaging 15.4 and Connor has him by a point, 293 to 292 in the points race. When you talk about Wapahani, you start with their outstanding senior guard, Peyton West. He's had a terrific career out in Selma, county leader in scoring at 21.6 a game, and a 6'1 senior does everything very well on the basketball court. He is not just a scorer, he's also a great rebounder, a great distributor. He's a statistical leader for the Raiders in about 7 or 8 categories. And there's nothing he can't do. Steals, averaging about 4 a game. He's an outstanding all-around threat, and you'll hear his name a lot tonight. Trey Spence, a sophomore guard, 11-1 for his scoring average. And you look down the rest of the list, Drew Luce at just under double figures at 9.8 a game. And really one of the keys for Wapahani is that they have 7 or 8 guys on this team who can go for 15 or 20 points on any given night in any given game. They are that deep and that talented. They've just gotten their senior guard, Jarrett Randolph, back after a long layoff. He got injured in a freak accident at school in a gym class and missed most of the season, but he's back in uniform, back on the court tonight. He won't start, but this is his 3rd game back, and he'll probably get some playing time here tonight. Talked to his brother, Josh, who's an assistant coach here at Wapahani, and says he's feeling good, and he's ready to go. He's getting his legs back under him, so hopefully we'll get to see him on the floor tonight. The introduction of the starting lineups tonight. First for Wapahani, they'll run out Peyton West, a 6'1 senior guard averaging 21.6 points a game. Trey Spence, a 5'11 sophomore averaging 11.1 points a game. Billy Chandler Weiss, a 6-foot senior, a baseball player as well, averaging 5 points a game even. Garrett Stanley will start. He's a 5'9 junior averaging 3.5 points a game. Andrew Lewis, the son of head coach Matt Lewis. He's very smooth, very talented offensively, 6 feet and a sophomore, averaging just under 10 points a game. For Daleville, it's going to be Connor Fleming. He's a sophomore guard, averaging 15.4 a game. Josh Price, averaging 6'9 a game. He's a junior. He'll play in the front court. Will McKinney will get a start tonight. He's a junior, averaging 3.2 points a game. He's got the season high of 15 points in a game earlier this season, so he can score. Ryan Hale, the double-double king from Daleville. we might as well call it Daleville with the year Ryan's having. 15.4 points a game, 11.2 rebounds. He's a 6'4" senior. And the other starter for Daleville, Hayden Huff, a senior as well, who scores just 1.5 points per game for the season. There you have the starting lineups. The head coaches are all ready to go. The cheerleaders are decked out, ready to go. As I look around tonight, we have a very full house across the way on the home side. And a good crowd has traveled across the county from Selma here, right behind me, on the visitor side of the stands at Daleville High School. Thanks for being along tonight. Great having you along for the ride. Appreciate you loaning me your ears for a while. I know you've got a choice, and I'm glad you picked me. So we're glad to have you along, and hopefully wherever you are in the country, you'll enjoy this basketball broadcast tonight. State tournament draw is on Sunday, 2 days from now. In fact, 48 hours from now, the teams in Indiana will know who they've drawn in the first round of the state tournament. And believe it or not, a week from Tuesday, it'll be sectional time on the 27th of February. It's going to be a lot of fun to see who advances. Of course, Wapahani will have to go through the defending state champion Franklin to go anywhere in the sectional. That's a wide open sectional in 1A out of Westell, where just about anybody can get out at the right time could make a run at the championship. Beautiful night for basketball. The snow is melting off. No fog tonight. What a week we've had. 60s, huh? Spring training is right around the corner. The ball diamond here at Daleville has the bases out already. The guys who play baseball here are anxious to go chomping at the bit. And if you know me, you know I love baseball, so I can't look forward to it enough anyway. But basketball is awesome. Hoosier hysteria is still pretty good. It's the best ticket in town. Teams have been introduced. Daleville getting amped up down on their end of the floor. And they'll come to the bench, and the 5 starters will go out on the court. Daleville will be in the home white uniforms tonight with black lettering and gold trim. They'll start the night moving left to right here court side. Wapahani in black with red lettering and white trim. Ryan Hale and Peyton West, 2 of the best players in the county, in the center circle awaiting the toss. And we're about to get this one underway. Here's the toss to tip, controlled by Daleville on the back, tipped by Hale. And here comes Ryan Hale's teammate Connor Fleming on the point. Gets it right to Hale on the elbow. He'll work it out on top of the Price. Wapahani matching up man-to-man on defense to open the night. Here's Price, top of the key, drives to the paint, forces it up, no. Rebound comes down to Garrett Stanley of Wapahani. He'll push it quickly right to left. Down the floor. Trey Spence, left-hand dribble, out on top to West. West drives, forces it up, left-hand good. West with a beautiful move. And a great conversion for the first 2 of the game, and it's 2-0 Wapahani, 40 seconds in. Fleming high screen low. Huff, a whistle away from the ball, and an offensive foul against Daleville. That's a turnover. It'll be on Hayden Huff. He set a screen, but didn't come set. And that's the first person to foul the game. We're 30, 40, 45 seconds now into the game. West with the ball on the left end for Wapahani. He'll kick it to the wing. 3-pointer up. Good. Drew loose. Cashes in the triple. And it's 5-0. Wapahani early in the first quarter. On the other end, McKinney down to Hale, low post. Triple team. They work it out on top to Fleming. Fleming drives the key. Lays it up. Off the back iron, no. Rebound inside by Huff. He'll take it up strong. Missed the shot. But he'll shoot 2 free throws on a foul by Wapahani's Drew Loose. So each team collects a foul here in the first minute and change. And going to the line for Daleville is senior Hayden Huff for a 2-shot opportunity. Right-hander's first one is too strong, no good. He'll have another. 5-0 start for Wapahani here with 1:09 gone in the game. Second free throw by Huff rattles out, no good, but a nice rebound inside and a stick back by Ryan Hale. Another rebound, another bucket. And the ice broken by Daleville, who now trail Wapahani 5-2. About a minute and a half into the game. On the offensive end, Raiders have it in the hands of West. He'll pull up, fire a long one. 3-pointer off the front iron, no. Hale with the rebound for Daleville. Quickly to the other end with McKinney in the corner. Takes it low post to Hale. They double team and steal the ball. Second turnover by Daleville. Here come the Raiders. In the corner to Stanley. Man-to-man on defense by Daleville. They'll work it out on top to Luce. Luce works it on the wing right side to West, who will get a screen from Luce. West baseline. Out on top. Threw it away. And they'll go to the back corner to be over and back. On the pitch back pass intended for Chandler Wise. The first turnover in the game by Wapahani. And exactly 2 minutes in, it's a 5-2 contest with the Raiders down in front of Daleville. Daleville hasn't beaten Wapahani in 12 straight tries, going back to 2006, the last time Daleville beat Wapahani, and that time it was by a point, 41-40. Here's the whistle on the offensive end for Daleville. It's going to be another Wapahani foul. Give it to Chandler Wise, his first. Second on the team, a baseline inbounds play. Pass comes in errantly. It's another turnover, and West going to the other end. Beautiful reverse move. Forced it off the glass. Missed it. They're going to call him for a travel. Traveling call on Peyton West on the move to the glass. Raiders have 2 turnovers. Daleville 3 of them. And with 5:45 to go first quarter, it's 5-2. Wapahani on top. Raiders have led the whole way so far. Here's Fleming. Works the corner to McKinney. Couple of dribbles knocked to the wing. Looks down low. Kicks it on top instead. They swing it far side. Fleming on the wing. Drives it on West. Now comes back out between the circles. High screen roll from Huff. Fleming picks up his dribble. Here on the near side. Price outside the arc. Guarded by Spence. Drives into the paint. Pulls up. Fires from 10. Rattles in and out. No, a second time. West with the board for Wapahani. Quickly down the floor. He'll take it right hand to the free throw line and throws it errantly out of control down the tunnel for his second turnover and the team's third. And the ball belongs to Daleville. And we may never restart the game. Down the tunnel, the stairway, across the way. The officials looking at McKinney like, where did it go? Now McKinney is going to go down the tunnel himself. Now one of the ball boys goes down the tunnel. The search for the ball. Nothing like comic relief. Now we've got it back. McKinney tracked it down, and Daleville will bring it the length of the floor, trailing 5-2 with 5 minutes to go. First quarter action. Price, far side wing, guarded by Spence. They'll swing it near wing now to Fleming, guarded by West. Back out on top, McKinney, couple of dribbles. Free throw line to Hale. Ryan takes it in. Fires on the run from 8 feet and got it. Little jump roll by Ryan Hale. His second bucket for the point, and it's a 1-point game at 5-4. 4-0 run by Daleville to get back within a point. Here's West on the other end. Drives it. Goes up. 360 move. Banks it home. And a beautiful move. 4 points for West. The lead for Wapahani back to 3 at 7-4 with 4:25 to go. First quarter. Daleville feeds the low post. Hale takes it up against 3 defenders. Couldn't get it. Here comes the rebound to West. Quickly on the floor. No advantage. 3-on-4. He'll go up anyway. And a charge. West out of control for the second time. This time it's going to cost him a foul. Charging foul on West. First one on him. The 4th turnover by Wapahani. Uncharacteristic of West. Threw an out of control pass down the tunnel. Drove out of control and picked up a charge. Here's Daleville on the other end. McKinney fires on the line of the lane. Can't get it. Long rebound to West. Lead pass ahead. Here's Stanley driving, scoring. Garrett Stanley lays it in to make it 9-4. Wapahani. Just under 4 minutes to go first quarter. Broncos here on the right end as you envision it. Courtside, I am literally at the scores table. McKinney works it out to Price on top. Splash! Three-pointer from Josh Price. His first points of the game, and that makes it a 9-7 contest. On the other end, another 3. Drew loose for the Raiders. Can't find the range. Rebound Fleming. Quickly on the floor. 3-on-1. He'll take it himself. Lay it up. No. Rebound by Luce. Gets it to West. Daleville should have scored on that possession. Nice feed underneath a wide open Trey Spence for a bucket. And an 11-7 lead by Wapahani with 3:15 to go in the first period. You heard head coach Matt Luce right in front of our crowd, Mike, giving instructions to a sub about to check in. Daleville has it on the offensive end. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. McKinney uncorks a three. Off the front iron, no. Rebound comes down to Hale. Price tries another three. It's off the front iron and rolls in. Josh Price with a pair of triples. And it's an 11-10 game on a beautiful play that time by Daleville to keep it alive. We're back within a point for the second time here in the first period. Raiders have it. Loose on the wing. He'll drive baseline. Left-hander up, no good. Got his own, knocked away, and here comes McKinney with the board for Daleville. They can take the lead here. Fleming, long pass to the corner. Price for three. Good! Josh Price, 3 straight triples. Daleville leads for the first time at 13-11. 2.5 minutes to go. First quarter. Sensational opening period. Wapahani tries screen roll on their end. They'll swing it on top to Spence. Now left wing to West. Price guarding him. Three-pointer in and up, no good. Long rebound. Hale's got it off the one hop. He has 4 already in the game. Here comes Fleming for the Broncos. Gives it to McKinney, right back to Fleming in the corner to Price. Wants the post, can't do it down low. Back on top to Fleming. Price gets it on the wing. Bounce pass, top of the key. Fleming drives, kicks it to Price. Three-pointer. This one no good off the back iron. High rebound by West of Wapahani. Here come the Raiders trailing 13-11. Shot up. Rattles off. No by West. Rebound down on the baseline. Nice offensive glass work by Chandler Wise, who got the board and forced it up and collected the foul. Ryan Hale picks up the personal foul for Daleville. That's the first one on Ryan. It'll be a 2-shot free throw opportunity for Chandler Wise. One of those great baseball players out at Wapahani, and his first free throw is no good long. Kiss of death. 3 guys checking in the game. Looks like the hotel lobby at checkout time. Let's see who Jarrett Randolph in the game for the first time for Wapahani. We'll get the others for you here in a moment. I think Caleb Smith also in the game. Second free throw by Wise is good. And he makes it a 13-12 Daleville lead. Timeout, Wapahani. 1:31 to go first quarter. We'll take the break. It's Daleville 13, Wapahani 12 on Beaver Media. Don't go away.
The clutch shot. Hit. The perfect pitch. The heroic catch. The brilliant save. The photo finish. The Indiana High School Athletic Association would like to remind you that the biggest plays in sports matter little if you don't practice sportsmanship. Character counts. Practice sportsmanship. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to the ball game. It's Daleville 13, Wapahani 12. 1:15 to go here in the first quarter. Daleville with the ball following the 5th turnover of the quarter by Wapahani. Fleming driving to the paint. Kicks it back out to Stecker in the game for Daleville. Back to Fleming. Works it in the corner. McKinney guarded closely by Jarrett Randolph, who gets peeled by a screen. Stecker works it to the baseline. Hale, dribble drive move, and he's fouled along the baseline. It should be a common foul. Foul's going to be on Chandler Wise, his second, 4th on the team. Checking back in for Wapahani is Peyton West and Drew Luce. Spence comes out of the game, so does Wise. An inbounds play along the baseline on that common foul. Daleville has the ball leading 13-12. 50 seconds to go. Hale with a beautiful move to the paint, and he drives and scores. Third bucket, 6 points for Hale. It's 15-12. Daleville. Final 40 seconds of period number 1. Glad you joined us. This is going to be a great game. Already has been. Raiders looking for a tying bucket if they could get a triple this trip. Luce thought about it. Outside the arc to West, now across the way. Here's Stanley on top to Luce. He'll drive it, picks it up, feet underneath. Shot good on a beautiful cut by Peyton West. They'll count the bucket. The foul goes against Daleville. Going to be a chance for a three-point play. Max Stecker, I believe, on the foul. It is on Stecker. His first, third on the team, and Peyton West for the free throw. And his 7th point on the and one. And that makes it a 15-all game, first tie of the night. Daleville probably going for the final shot here with under 15 seconds left in the period. Fleming with the dribble, crossed him over, takes it to the paint, fires off the glass, scores! Beautiful move by Fleming, his first bucket of the night. And it's 17-15 Daleville. West for three, can't get it, and that's the period. Great opening round of this heavyweight fight. How do you like them apples? Daleville takes the lead, going to the stop. After a quarter, it's Daleville 17, Wapahani 15 on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. Brian Beaver along with you from Daleville High School. It's 17-15 Broncos at the first stop. Sensational first quarter. Wapahani led most of the way, opened the game with a 5-0 run. Daleville managed to get it tied at 15 and got a late bucket from Fleming to make it 17-15 as we move to period 2. Wapahani gets the first crack at the ball. Corner of the key to West, swings it in the Price with the rebound for Daleville. Broncos will bring it down the floor, slowly this time with Fleming on the dribble, between the rings, left side, to Stecker on the baseline, throws it away. Turnover Daleville. Here comes Wapahani quickly. Loose with the ball, swings it wide open near corner. That's Randolph, three-pointer is up. Good! He got the roll and a whistle under the basket. Uninvolved with the field goal. Let's see if they count the goal. Basket's good. Foul is going to be on Drew Luce of Wapahani. It was a loose ball foul as he tried to get position. So the rebound won't matter. The foul will, and so will the triple by Randolph. Jarrett got his first three of the game. Just that quickly, it's 18-17. Wapahani back on top. McKinney for three on the other end. Rattles it out, no good. Rebound underneath. Caleb Smith and Wapahani. Here come the Raiders quickly. They don't waste any time. Randolph fires another three. This one no good. Rebound by Stecker. Lost the handle going down. But now Fleming has it, and he'll bring it down the floor. Trailing by a point. He'll drive it to the paint. Fires on the run. Got it! Great move up over West for the score by Fleming. 19-18. Daleville takes the lead back. Peyton West on the other end. Out of the double team. They'll swing it to Smith, high post. Way out. Now Spence drives it. Pulls up. Step back. 2-0. Rebound fought for. An over the back foul by Wapahani on the other end. That's going to go against Caleb Smith, I have a feeling. And it is. Smith picks up the personal. His first, fifth on the team. Checking into the game for Wapahani, number 30, Isaiah Brozier. So Daleville has the ball in the backcourt. Now backcourt trap pressure being put on by Wapahani. Hale gets it ahead. Price picks up the loose ball. Brings it right side to the corner. McKinney open for three. Yes! Will McKinney nails a triple. 22-18. Daleville in front with 6:15 to go, second quarter. On the other end, a baseline drive by West and a common foul before a shot could be made. Josh Price picks up his first foul for Daleville. Fourth foul in the first half by Daleville. The next one by Wapahani will send Daleville into the bonus. 6:16 to go before halftime. Is 22-18. Daleville leading Wapahani. Inbounds pass comes in for the Raiders. In hands now of Randolph behind a screen. They work it near side wing to West. He'll drive to the free throw line. Picks it up. Kicks it to the corner. Back to him. And now on top with Smith working it to the right side. And Spence. Jarrett Randolph drives left baseline. Cut off. Throws it back out on top. Smith for three. Rattles out. Rattles in. Caleb Smith drains his first triple. And all of a sudden it's 22-21 Daleville. On the other end, Hale lost the handle. Here comes Wapahani quickly off the turnover. West all the way to the basket. Let's see if they call it a travel or a foul. It's going to be a foul on the floor against Daleville before the shot by West. They'll give that personal to Connor Fleming. Stecker checks out for Daleville. Checking back in is Hayden Huff. Common foul. Baseline inbound play just to the far side of the backboard on the left end of the floor as the Raiders look to regain the lead, trailing 22-21. They lob it into the baseline. Nice little bunny from 5 feet up and good. Trey Spence got free for the deuce. It's 23-22. Wapahani. Again, backcourt pressure by the Raiders. Broncos solid. Price quickly ahead to McKinney. McKinney to Hale at the free throw line. Fakes, drives, fires, hits! McKinney, 5 points in the game on a nice move by the big man. The swing back on the lead to Daleville at 24-23. This could be one of those nights where we have a one-possession game virtually all night. Raiders on their end looking for a bucket. They have it out top to Smith. Left wing to West. He'll dribble to his right, way out near the center circle, and reset. Right side on the wing. Step back three, thought and then not thought. Now West with it and drives it and scores off the glass. Peyton West, 9 points in the game, 25-24. Daleville trailing now, but Fleming on the other end and quickly on the run. Beautiful left-hand scoop layup by Connor Fleming with 6 points in the game and a 26-25 Daleville lead again. Smith with it for he'll give it to Spence. Jab step, drives left side, lays it up against the double team, no good. Rebound, Hale, I've got him for 5 of those already. Quickly ahead, McKinney, open for 3, but decides better. Couple dribbles, back out on the point, now to Fleming. Back inside to Hale, he lays it in. They can't stop him in there. Will McKinney looked inside, beautiful feed, and a timeout taken by Wapahani on the bucket by Ryan Hale. 4:07 to go, first half. 28-25. Daleville ahead of Wapahani on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Everybody loves a good sports movie.
I've seen Rudy 10 times.
I love Hoosiers. If there were a sports movie about steroids, it might be called The Myth, the Truth, and the Consequences. The myth is that steroids are good for your game. The truth is they're bad for you and the sport you play. And the long-term consequences on your health are downright ugly.
That's one movie I think I'll skip.
High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Brian Beaver back with you from Daleville High School. What a great game we've had so far on Beaver Media tonight. We have 4:07 left in the second quarter. Daleville out in front of Wapahani, 28-25. Great having you along for this one. Don't go anywhere. Coming off the timeout by Matt Luce. Raiders have the ball, trailing by a triple, and they'll bring it across the timeline with a chance to tie on this trip. Here's Spence behind a screen. Fires for 3. Can't get it. Rebound, tip back out. Wapahani will keep it. They'll try again. Another wing, Spence from 3. Missed it again. Third rebound this time for Wapahani. Spence drives this time, long 2 instead. Can't get it. Missed 3 straight tries on that trip for Wapahani. They'll keep shooting them, folks. That's what shooters do. Daleville with the board. Broncos own the ball in a 3-point lead. Here's a nice cut inside. A feed from Hale to Price, whose shot was tipped out of his hands before he could take it up strong, and the Broncos will inbound on this side of their own basket with 3:30 to go before halftime, leading 28-25. Comes into McKinney, outside the arc, picks up the dribble, between the rings now to Fleming. Fleming will drive it, behind the back, picks up, spins, moves, fires, can't get it, rebound by Hale, and a whistle as Hale comes down awkwardly. Hope he's not hurt. Foul is on Wapahani. It's on Caleb Smith. That's 2 quick ones on Caleb. The 7th team foul. It'll be bonus time for Daleville. And Ryan Hale, who I think dinged an ankle there, will go to the free throw line. Hale having a fantastic first half. I've got him for 6 boards and 8 points. And Ryan is at the free throw line. 1-1. Got to hit the first to get the second. Senior, right-hander, eyes it, flies it, splash. Good. Hale with 9 first half points. He earns the bonus. 29-25. Daleville out in front. Looking for the biggest lead of the night for the Broncos. Free throw, no good off the front iron, short. And here comes Wapahani with the rebound in the hands of Trey Spence. Wise on top, far side wing. Little jab step move, and now out on top to Smith. Near wing to West, who will drive to his right. Pick it up, feed to the corner. Spin, move to the baseline. It's going to be an offensive foul. Garrett Stanley spun on the drive. They'll call him for the clear out and the offensive foul. That's a turnover officially. 6 in the game by Wapahani. The foul is the first on Stanley. And that's the 8th in the first half on Wapahani. So Daleville in good shape right now. 3:04 to go before halftime. A 4-point Bronco lead, and Wapahani will put on full court trapping pressure on the ball. Fleming will be guarded closely by Stanley. Takes it left side wing to Stecker. Stecker, couple dribbles now here near side to McKinney. Guarded by West. Knocked away on the pass intended for Stecker out of bounds. Good hands by Penn. In the forecourt, they'll inbound across the way. About the top of the key extended. Bounce pass comes in to Connor Fleming. They'll overplay him to the right, trying to make him go left. So he does go left. Feeds the corner, and a travel call on Fleming. 6 turnovers in the first half unofficially by each team now. Good possession defensively for Wapahani. And the Raiders will bring the ball the length of the floor with 2:35 to go, trailing 29-25. Raiders on the attack. McKinney guarding loose. Here's a whistle on the baseline and a foul, another offensive foul. Garrett Stanley does it again. 2 fouls on him. He's going to check out just that fast, and Jarrett Randolph goes in to get him. And with 2:29 to go in the second quarter, Daleville will bring it 84 feet the other way with a 29-25 lead. Thanks for being with us tonight on Beaver Media. We have this knack of picking really good games. Here's Fleming into the corner. Free ball on the way. Air ball too strong by McKinney. Fight for the rebound across the way. Stecker tried to tip it off a Wapahani player. Couldn't get it off loose. And it goes out of bounds and goes to Wapahani. See what the Raiders do this time down. They can't get the tie unless they find a 4-point play somehow, and that is possible, but it's pretty rare. West has it. Long 2. No good off the back iron. Rebound tipped loose. Picked up by Wise. Nice pick to the cut. West couldn't convert on the feed from Wise, and a whistle on the baseline. And a foul is going to be against Wapahani, and an official is going to give Peyton West a little bit of a sermon here. I think he just stepped on the paint. Matt Luce giving an earful right here courtside to one of the officials. And Daleville will bring it down the floor. Broncos under 2 minutes now with a 29-25 lead. Fleming drives right side, tries to feed Hale on the low post. Good defense by the Raiders to knock it out of bounds. It'll be an inbounds play for the Broncos with a 4-point lead. Out near the corner. Pass finally does come in way out on top to Price, fakes the three, drives it, works it in the corner. McKinney drives to the elbow, to the paint. Little 8-footer, up, good! Will McKinney. 7th point of the night to make it 31-25. Biggest lead in the game by either team, and it belongs to Daleville. Late second quarter, West with a beautiful drive and a finger roll. That was smooth as melted butter on a Pop-Tart. Wow, 11 points for West. And a whistle here right in front of us against Wapahani. Gonna be on Jarrett Randolph. First one on Jarrett. 10th foul in the first half. Double bonus time for the Broncos. And it'll be Connor Fleming to take the trip to the strip, if you will. First one, good. He'll have another. 7th point, 32-27. Next one on the way. Second one also good by Fleming. Give him 8 points in the first half and a 33-27 Bronco lead with 1:20 to go in the first half. Luce has it out on top. Now he works it to Spence. Spence hands off to Randolph, who will drive it to the top of the key. Works it far side wing to West against Price. Near side corner, drive, turnover, no. It's a skip pass out on top and a three, up and good. Beauty by Spence. 7 points for Trey. 33-30 is the Daleville lead with under a minute to go in the first half. Fleming racing to the other end. Now in the forward court in the corner. On the wing here to Hale. Hale, one dribble, works it to McKinney. Guarded by Randolph. McKinney lost the handle, lost his feet, but the ball went to Fleming. Daleville keeps it at a timeout taken by Tyler Stotler with just under 41 seconds to go here in the first half. We'll stay right here with you. So the Broncos take a timeout. They have the lead and the ball with 40.6 seconds to go in the first half. Daleville led 17-15 at the end of one. That lead went up to as many as 6 a couple times, most recently at 33-27. But that triple on the other end there a moment ago by Spence gave Wapahani a bucket and cut the lead to one possession with 40.6 to go before halftime. Great having you along here on Beaver Media. Next weekend, we will very likely be at the Delta-Muncie Burris game at Ball Gym, but that hasn't been officially decided just yet. But I'll give you the heads up. Watch my Twitter feed at Delco Preps for upcoming games and times, and we'll be all set to go. So out of the timeout, Daleville will inbound it right in front of me. Might as well hand me the ball and I'll inbound it. They'd kill me. I'm too old. Will McKinney is the trigger man. And he gets the ball from the official, and we're about set to go. Looks cross court, gets it to Stecker across the way at the volleyball line. Stecker will drive it near side. High post to Hale. Hale spins, drives, fires off the glass. Got it! Ryan Hale with 11 points to make it 35-30. 20 seconds to go, first half. We'll see if the Raiders play for the final shot. Peyton West just across the timeline, 40 feet from the basket. Guarded, if you want to call it that, 10 feet away at least by Josh Price. Clock down to 7. West here on the near side now. He'll drive it to the corner of the key, to the baseline. Fires, no good. Hale with the rebound. Long desperation shot is not going to count, and that does it for the first half. Ryan Hale with a sensational first half, and his Daleville teammates do the same. We've played 2 quarters. We're halfway home. At the intermission, Daleville 35, Wapahani 30. We'll take this break, come back with the halftime show after this timeout. You're listening to high school basketball on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
From Jamestown to Jonesville, from North Salem to South Milford, from River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network. Presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It's 35 powerhouse radio stations, Fox Sports Indiana, and the World Wide Web, combining their vast resources to blanket the state, the Midwest, and the world with the purest, most riveting presentation of high school sports in America. From Anderson to Attica, Kendallville to Kokomo, follow the high school sports that make our state great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history, I love world history. Baseball? Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's still a place. There's still a place where performance is enhanced by extra effort, not by performance-enhancing drugs. There's still a place where contracts are between coaches and players. The terms are non-negotiable. There's still a place where an edge is something you gain by working harder than your opponent. There's still a place where sport is pure. That place is the high school in your community. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we believe that while competition can be fierce, it doesn't change the fact that it's only a game. The goal may be to win, but the point is to have fun. And if you want to be reminded of just how great sports can be when they're played the right way, then the place to be is at a high school sporting event in your community. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
We're at halftime at Daleville High School. Brian Beaver along with you tonight, and what a barn burner through the first 16 minutes of this one. Daleville is already out of the locker room with 6.5 minutes left on the scoreboard clock. You think they're amped a little bit and want this one? Yeah, you could probably bet as they come out with a 5-point lead. It was a 17-15 Daleville lead at the first stop, 35-30 at halftime. Consistently tonight on both ends for both offenses. Wapahani scored 15 in the first, 15 in the second. Daleville scored 17 in the first, 18 in the second to take that 5-point lead to the locker room. Lots of scoring. We've had 7 trays by the teams in the first 16 minutes of this one. And Josh Price of Daleville putting on a long-range show. He comes in averaging 6.9 for the year. He's got 9 already on 3 triples in the contest. So there's a lot more basketball to come. And man, if the first half is anything like what we're going to get in the second half, you're not want to go away. You can go to the fridge and get a drink and maybe a sandwich, but that's it. Don't you dare go anywhere else. We'll take another quick timeout, come back to recap the first half individual scoring after this timeout on Beaver Media.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives. including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
He worked out early, practiced late, and studied well into the night. The next day, he did it all over again.
She missed time hanging out and socializing with friends so she could make it on time to practices and games.
He became a top student and a confident leader.
A role model in her community, even as she led her team to an undefeated season.
And when they finished playing high school sports, what did they do next?
She graduated from college with honors and went to work for a successful company.
He attended graduate school and became a difference maker in his community.
Because that's what student athletes in Indiana do. They use the skills they develop playing high school sports today
to do even bigger things in life tomorrow.
High school sports,
a winning part of a complete education.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We're just about set for the third quarter. About 2 minutes of warm-up time left on the clock. Here's a quick look at the first half scoring. First for Daleville, who leads 35-30. They get 11 points in the first half from Ryan Hale, who grabbed an unofficial 6 boards along the way. 9 for Josh Price, 8 for Connor Fleming, 7 for Will McKinney. Hayden Huff started, didn't score. Max Stecker subbed in, didn't score. There's your total of 35 for the Broncos of Daleville. Peyton West with 11 points to lead the way for Matt Luce's Wapahani Raiders. Others scoring in the first half for the Raiders, Trey Spence with 7, including a tray. A point for Chandler Wise on a free throw. Garrett Stanley with 2 on a bucket. Drew Luce hit a tray for 3. Jarrett Randolph came off the bench to hit a triple for 3. Caleb Smith off the bench for a triple for 3. There's a trend there. Isaiah Brozier got in the game but did not score, and there's your total of 30 in the first half for the Raiders of Wapahani. So 16 minutes at least of basketball left. We might end up with an overtime game tonight. You never know. We'll just have to wait and see. Back to start the second half after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Don't you go away.
Have you noticed? Sports today are different. Today's athletes are bigger and stronger. They run faster, jump higher, and hit harder than ever before. But there is one thing that hasn't changed about sports, and that's the importance of practicing sportsmanship. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we like to remind you that winning isn't everything. The way you play matters, and a true champion plays the game with respect. For the opponent, for the coaches, and for the officials. True champions practice sportsmanship with the same degree of intensity that they play the games themselves. Sports may evolve, athletes may change, but the mark of a true champion will always be the same. Play like a champion. Practice sportsmanship. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
It's Daleville 35, Wapahani 30 as we get set to start the second half at Daleville High School. Brian Beaver along with you. Foul trouble, not much. No one with 3 fouls yet in the game. 3 guys from Wapahani have a pair. 2 fouls each on Chandler Wise, Garrett Stanley, and Drew Luce. Everybody else in good shape on both sides of the floor. Matt Luce up to talk to Peyton West real quick. He'll come over and get a word or two. In fact, all 5 guys will come over to chat on the edge of the floor with their head coach, Matt Luce. Maybe we have an issue with a scoreboard operator. Maybe no one's the book operator, the bookkeeper is not back. One of the official scorebook keepers Well, it might be Tim Price, maybe. The price might be wrong. And not right. Here he comes. They should give him a Bronx cheer. Come on, where's the wave? Here he comes. Look at that, Mr. Late. Probably having some of Joe Wrench's chicken and noodles and mashed potatoes, if I know him. All right, we're all set to go. We'll flip to 4. Second half means Daleville will start the ball game by inbounding, and they'll go right to left here in the third quarter and the fourth. Broncos will open with that 5-point lead right away. They go down low, and Price banks it up the glass. No, rebound, stick back, up no good by McKinney, but he got fouled. He'll go to the stripe. Foul will be on Garrett Stanley, and just that fast, 10 seconds in, he has 3 fouls. And just that fast, Caleb Smith up to check in for him after the first free throw by Will McKinney. First one on the way, he got it. McKinney will shoot 2. He has 8 points in the contest. Smith. And that makes it a 36-30 ball game. Second one, up good. McKinney, 9 points in the game, 37-30. That's the biggest lead of the night by either team here early in the third quarter. Caleb Smith on the wing. He'll drive it baseline. Got away with a forearm. Foul will be against Daleville on Max Stecker. That's a mismatch of a defensive assignment for Max, who's much smaller. His second foul. An inbounds play comes into West in the paint. Spins, fires, can't get it. Rebound, Ryan Hale. Who else? Here comes Daleville with the ball to the left end. Fleming on the dribble. Matchup defense by Wapahani. West guarding Fleming. Fleming kicks it far side to Stecker. Behind his screen, he'll come near side to McKinney. McKinney drives it to the elbow. Picks it up on good defense by Spence. Daleville taking their time on this trip. And why wouldn't you, leading by 7? Not many people would have guessed this might be this kind of game with a 12-7 team against a 15-4 team, but this has been a great game. Daleville very picky this time down the floor. They're working clock. Stecker picks up his dribble. Bounce pass to the baseline. Hale's pass tipped away. McKinney gets it. McKinney gets it back off a loose ball again. Will picks up the ball. Corner of the key. Looks for help. Way out on top to Fleming, who will drive to the elbow. Fire on the run. Can't get it off the glass. Rebound by Drew Luce of Wapahani, who gives right away to West. Back to Drew Luce, and he'll nail a left-hand three from out on top. Luce with 6 points. They've got a whistle in the backcourt. I got screened. It looks like a turnover by Daleville. Luce with 6 in the game now, and a 37-33 game now, and it was a turnover by Daleville in the backcourt. Here's West with it. Kicks far side. Long one up and good. Long 2. Bucket by Chandler Wise. His first field goal. Third point. 37-35. Daleville's lead down to 2. McKinney on the other end of the forecourt. Fleming drives to the paint. Fires wildly from 10. Can't get it. Hale with the board. Can't get the follow. Rebound comes down to Fleming. Fleming will take it back out on top between the circles. Guarded closely by Spence. He'll drive him. Fire on the run. Look out, a hard landing and a whistle in an active shooting foul. Fleming went down hard. We'll wait on the signal. So on Chandler Wise of Wapahani, his third foul. It's a common foul. Or are they going to give him free throws? They are going to call it an active shooting foul. Connor Fleming is going to the free throw line. Luce thought the foul should have been on Caleb Smith. Instead, the free throw up and off the mark by Fleming, who's now 2 out of 3 from the line. Now the officials will conference. All 3 officials asking who really committed the foul. They put it on the board and gave it to Chandler Wise. So they're going to give it, instead of Wise picking it up, it's going to go to Trey Spence. So he gets his first foul instead of the third one on Wise. A second free throw coming for Fleming. He knocks home the second one for his 9th point. 3 out of 4 at the stripe tonight for Fleming. 38-35 game. Here's a 3 to tie it on the other end, and good! Drew loose, got loose for the triple, and we're tied at 38. First tie since we were knotted up at 15 in the first period. 5.5 to go, third quarter. Price on top. In the corner to McKinney. Now to the wing, Stecker. They'll swing it far side wing to Fleming. Jab steps against West, nothing doing. Wing, back to Price. On the top. In the corner, McKinney free. Three-pointer is up. No. Rebound comes down to Drew Luce. Here comes Wapahani with a chance to regain the lead. Out here near the bench, Spence. Low post to West. He'll turn. Fire along two. Got it. West with 13 points. Wapahani's first lead of the second half at 40-38. Low post feed to Hale. Double teamed. He'll fire anyway. Got his own. Goes up again. Hits! Ryan Hale, a man-child on the glass. 13 points in the game, but a beautiful drive the other way. Shot wouldn't go. A jam attempt on the follow by Smith won't go. They should have gotten points that time. Boy, is Matt Luce not happy. 40-40 game. Fleming behind the back dribble, drives inside, has his shot swatted by Luce. Hale with the board and the stick back. Ryan Hale, 15 points, 10 rebounds, unofficially another double-double, and it's 42-40 Daleville. Wapahani has it in the forecourt here on the right end. They'll reset the offense. Spence on top, wing far side. Luce thought about a three twice. Now McKinney in his grill. Low post to West. He'll turn and fire over Price. Got it. 15 points for Peyton West, and we're tied at 42 with 3:45 to go in the third quarter. Daleville in the forecourt on the attack. McKinney in the left corner. Back on the wing to Stecker. Stecker dribbles a couple times. The feed goes inside to Hale. He forces it up and gets fouled. Caleb Smith might be the guilty party this time, and it is Caleb Smith. That's 3 on him. 4th team foul on Wapahani. And Ryan Hale is going back to the charity stripe for a pair of free ones. Working on his 16th point if he converts here, and he does. Another one on the way. 43-42. Broncos back in front with exactly 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. What a fantastic game late in the regular season here in southwestern Delaware County. Trey Spence will check out. Jarrett Randolph back in the game for Wapahani. One more free throw coming for Ryan Hale. He's 2 out of 3 at the stripe tonight. Right-hander fires short off the front. Quickly the other way come the Raiders. West on top, guarded by Huff. Now here near corner, Randolph gets a screen, can't use it. Far side wing to West, he'll fire for 3, hits the 3. 18 points in the game. Back on top, go Wapahani at 45-43. Drive in the paint the other way, and the shot by Fleming is swatted out of bounds by Drew Luce to pick up the blocked shot. Nice play by Drew. We've got a timeout taken by Daleville. 3:05 to go, third quarter. Wapahani 45, Daleville 43 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
A wintry Friday night. A packed gymnasium in a tight-knit community. A shot taken. History made. A state of delirium? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. 3:05 to go, third quarter. Daleville inbounding in the forecourt on the baseline, trailing 45-43. Pass comes in, knocked away. West all by himself on the other end. He lays it in. Peyton West, 20 points in the game, 47-43. Wapahani in front, not what you want out of a timeout for Daleville. Broncos on the attack on the other end. Three-pointer, McKinney. God! Will McKinney. 12 points in the game to make it 47-46. Wapahani. West uncorks a three behind the screen. Can't get it, but Jarrett Randolph with the offensive glass. He dribbles to the wing and splashes a three. Pumps his fist. The senior cashes in the triple. His 6th point of the night to make it 50-46. Wapahani. On the other end, Fleming nearly had it stolen by West. Price for three. Got it! Josh Price answers. 12 points in the game, and it's 50-49. Wapahani's lead is back down to a point again. Price has 12 points on 4 trays. Randolph works it out on top. That's Brozier. Gets it to West. Far side to Wise. Kick it to the wing. Loose for three. Yes! Drew Loose putting on a show himself with 12 points to make it 53-49. 1:40 to go, third quarter. Price handles the ball. Drives it. Picks it up. Works it on the wing to Hale. 20 feet from the basket. Now to Price in the corner. His three-pointer won't go. Hale couldn't get the handle on the rebound. Wapahani does. Here's West quickly ahead. Ball driven to the paint. Feed inside. Shot up, no good. The feed inside from Randolph to Wise, and he collects the foul. It's going to be on Josh Price of Daleville. Second one on him. It'll be an active shooting foul and a 2-shot trip to the line for Chandler Wise. Chandler with 3 points in the game. 1 out of 2 from the stripe. His first one on the way. Good. 4th point of the game by Wise to make it 54-49. Wise will have another one. Looking for his 5th point. It's on the way and it's good. 2 made ones that time by Wise to make it 55-49. A 2-possession lead now at 6 points for Wapahani with 1:10 to go, third quarter. Out on top, Fleming works at the Price, drives baseline, lays it off the glass. No, but a foul against Wapahani and free throws for Price. Give the foul to Drew Luce. He has 3. Fouls are starting to pile up for Wapahani. They're going to have issues with that in the fourth quarter. Price will go to the stripe. First one rattles out. No good. Another one coming for Price, who has 12 points in the game on 4 triples. Junior fires this one good. 13 points for Josh Price to make it 55-50. Wapahani with the lead, and now 1 minute to go, third quarter, and the ball. Peyton West, far side, dribbles just this side of the timeline. Huff will take him eventually. He's a good 10 feet away. Huff's feet are on the arc. West is out near the logo. Clock down to 45. You hear the crowd from Wapahani behind me. Loving this one. Kind of a 4-corner look by Wapahani. West just dribbling back and forth, crouched over at the waist, looking over at his coach, who isn't even looking at him. He's talking to one of his teammates, Spence, instead. Clock down to 22. West content to just dribble in front of the official on the far side. Clock down to 15. Now he'll get serious. Huff will pick him up behind a screen. West gets it near side. Loose picks up his dribble to Spence, who drives, fires on the run, can't get it. Rebound by Price. Ball knocked away, and it's going to be a backcourt foul by Wapahani, and it'll go on Drew Loose. And I've got him for 4, and it is 4. And just that fast, Matt Loose looks at Brozier and says, go get him. 3.7 seconds to go. in the third quarter. Daleville will have to bring it 84 feet with 3.7 seconds to do something with it, trailing 55-50. Comes in quickly. Fleming on the run. Fires from half court. It's no good. And that brings an end to the third period. What a game. We go to the last roundup, to the fourth quarter. It's Wapahani 55, Daleville 50 on Beaver Media and the NoCo Preps channel.
The clutch shot, the timely hit, the perfect pitch, the heroic catch, the brilliant save, the photo finish. The Indiana High School Athletic Association would like to remind you that the biggest plays in sports matter little if you don't practice sportsmanship. Character counts. Practice sportsmanship. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to the ball game. We head for the fourth quarter in a nail-biter tonight. Terrific third quarter by Wapahani to turn a 35-30 halftime deficit into a 55-50 lead at the end of three. Raiders put up 25 points in the third quarter, only 15 by Daleville. Wapahani turned up the tempo, and they'll take a 5-point lead to the final period of regulation. Brian Beaver along with you. Fouls are going to be an issue here. Wapahani has 5 team fouls. Daleville only 2 as we start the fourth quarter, and several guys from Wapahani are in personal foul trouble individually. But they've got the ball right now at a 5-point lead, and Jarrett Randolph will get it to Wise, who screens for West behind the screen to the paint, hits the runner from about 13 feet. 22 points in the game by Peyton West. That's over his average. He's coming off consecutive games of 30 and 31, so watch out for him. Hale on the other end. Spin move up over West. Good. Ryan Hale is a machine inside. 18 points on the night for the senior to make it 57-52. Wapahani leading with the ball in the first minute of the fourth quarter. West behind his screen with the dribble. Pass to the corner here near side. That's Randolph. Thought about a three. Gave it up to West. Long 2 instead. Rattles out. Rebound, Hale and Daleville. I've got him for 11 boards. Here comes Connor Fleming quickly. Picks up his dribble. Gives to Stecker. Out on top to Price. Swing it right side. And now feed down inside from McKinney to Hale, and a loose ball foul, common foul against Wapahani. That's on Chandler Wise. He's got 3. That's the 6th foul against Wapahani. So the next one will kick in the bonus, and there's a lot of basketball left. You hear him right in front of you. Giving the officials an earful. Foul become a major issue for Wapahani. They've got the lead at 57-52, but for how long? With the bonus beckoning. Daleville gets it in. 3-pointer up off the front iron. No good by Fleming. Jarrett Randolph with the rebound glass for Wapahani as they bring it across the timeline. Randolph in the corner behind a screen. Goes out on top to Wise. They'll work it way out on top to Spence. With 6.5 minutes to go in regulation. Nothing settled yet. West drives it baseline, fires out the glass. Good. Basket's good. Foul on Stecker of Daleville. The third one on him. So West will get the field goal for his 24th point to make it 59-52. And a chance for another old-fashioned 3-point play for Peyton West. He rattles it in. 2 out of 2 from the line, 25 points in the game to make it 60-52. Biggest lead of the night by either team. Daleville needs a hoop. Here's Fleming. Gets it out on top to Stecker. Daleville picking the ball up very high now. Here's a pass to the corner and Price, who gets it right back to Stecker. And they'll reset. Low post feed knocked away. Turned over. Fast break. West 1-on-2. Jab step. Plays it in. It's good. He's fouled. He'll go to the stripe again. Great move in the open floor by Peyton West. 27 points. Max Stecker picks up the foul. Max has 4. Team has 4. It's 62-52 now. And another three-point play opportunity coming up for Peyton West. But first, the Daleville timeout. We'll take the break with them. 6:05 to go in the game. 62-52. Wapahani in front on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Everybody loves a good sports movie.
I've seen Rudy 10 times.
I love Hoosiers.
If there were a sports movie about steroids, it might be called The Myth, the Truth, and the Consequences. The myth is that steroids are good for your game. The truth is they're bad for you and the sport you play. And the long-term consequences on your health are downright ugly.
That's one movie I think I'll skip.
High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Peyton West at the line for the free throw. He got it for his 28th point of the game. 3 old-fashioned three-point plays tonight for West, and the county scoring leader showing why. 63-52 now, with Daleville trailing and a whistle now. We're going to take the clock down to 6 minutes. Now we're ready to go. 52. Biggest bulge of the night, 11 points. Raiders have blown the game open here in the third quarter and the early fourth. We were tied at 42 not that long ago. Daleville led at 43-42. Wapahani regained the lead and hasn't looked back. Here are the Broncos. They need to hoop in the worst way. Fleming out on top behind the arc. McKinney, one dribble. Works it here near side to Price. McKinney out of the wing for 3. Can't get it. Rebound loose and pulled down finally by Wapahani. Give the board to Trey Spence. 5.5 minutes to go. That's plenty of time. And when you're a foul away from getting to the bonus, as the Broncos are, even with an 11-point deficit, if you just work your offense and pick up some fouls, you can make up some space with no time running off the clock. But you first got to get there. Wapahani driving the baseline is West, kicking out on top for a 3. God! Jarrett Randolph says, have some of that. His 9th point, 66-52. Raiders have looked fantastic in the second half. Broncos need a bucket in the worst way. Price looks inside, fields low post. Hale turns, fires, can't get it. It rolled out. West with the board for the Raiders. Wapahani quickly ahead. Spence thought about a 3. Drove it, now picked up his dribble. Smith will work it on top to Peyton West, 40 feet from the basket. Guarded by Huff. Picked up his dribble, bounced past far side wing. Spence drives, pulls up, fires, off the glass. Long 2, good by Spence. He has 9 in the game, and it's 68-52. Wapahani in front. 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Fleming works it out to Huff. Right back to Fleming. He's going to have to take some threes eventually, and he takes one here. On the way, God! How about that for clairvoyance? Triple by Fleming to make it 68-55. That's 12 points on the night for Fleming. Wapahani still has that 13-point lead and the ball with under 4 minutes remaining in the contest. Caleb Smith on top, near wing to West. Goes behind a pick. Still dribbling. Now he'll reset right in front of his bench. Right in front of us. Drives Huff to the baseline. Kicks it back out. Smith, elbow. Far elbow. Wise hits the jumper. 17-footer. Chandler Wise with 7 in the game to make it 70-55. Wapahani with 3:18 to go in the game. Price for 3 on the near side. Got it for Daleville. 16 points for Price. That's a career-tying number at 70-58 now. with 3:05 to go in the contest. Peyton West on the other end for Wapahani. They'll work it around the arc, near side now to Jarrett Randolph. On the dribble, guarded by Fleming. Now they'll work it far side to Spence. Here on top to Smith, guarded by Price. Now in the hands of Peyton West. He works on Hayden Huff. Takes him to the free throw line. Works it around the ring to Randolph. Bounce pass on top to Smith. Near side wing to Spence. Thrown away. Here comes Hale. Going the other way. Gets mugged. Going to the basket by Wise. Stecker was ready to leave the bench. That would have been a really dumb thing to do. And he's getting an earful from his coach, Tyler Stockler. You got to keep your poise. It's going to be a flagrant foul, and I have to agree with the call. He grabbed him. That's what the official said too. We're lucky we didn't have a little extracurricular activity there. Wise was just trying to stop a breakaway. Probably going to be a dunk. That's his 4th foul. 7th on Wapahani now. That'll send Ryan Hale to the line. He had a clear path, kind of an NBA play there. And he'll shoot the free throw. Hale ready. First one goes up, goes in. Ryan Hale with 19 points in the game. He'll get another one. It's a 70-59 contest. 70-60 contest. As Hale makes them both. He has 20 points in the game, and Daleville will keep the ball. With 2:32 to go. So here you go. This is your chance if you're Daleville. You've cut it to 10. You're in the bonus now. You've got some timeouts in the bag and a 3 on the way from McKinney that won't go. Rebound loose on the floor. Big scramble for it. Wise picks it up for the Raiders. Here comes Wap, leading by 10. Matt Luce says spread the floor with 2:18 to go. Daleville's going to have to fight out of a hole here. Can they do it? Here's a drive to the free throw line. Now back out on top as they swing it front and back to West. He'll drive to the paint, kick it far side to Randolph, who'll get it right back to West. They're going to make him chase him, and they're going to make him foul him. Here's West driving to the paint. Fires, blocked away by Hale. Great play by Ryan, who grabs the rebound too. Here comes Daleville. They're going to need some threes. Who's going to get them? Price thought about it. Out on top, McKinney. Fleming far wing. Clock a factor now at 1:45. 10-point game. Daleville needs a bucket. Price for 3. Got it! Josh Price, 19 points. Timeout by Daleville. We've got ourselves a game again. 1:38 to go in this one. It's Daleville trailing Wapahani 70-63 on Beaver Media.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's Wapahani 70, Daleville 63 with 1:38 to go in regulation. Daleville stopped the clock after nailing a 3 with Josh Price cashing it in. Price has had a career night, a career best 19 points. He has 6 triples to go along with a free throw. And that was a big ice water 3 he just nailed. Got his team back in the game. You've got a chance, but you got to foul and hope that it pays off. Daleville has 2 fouls to give with 14 fouls. Wapahani already has 17 fouls. So every time Daleville can coax a foul, they're going to shoot maybe 2, at least 1, with the clock stopped. Raiders will bring it the full 84 feet. Daleville going to go to pressure in the backcourt, 3-quarter court, man-to-man. Just token pressure, though, as West comes across the timeline on the dribble. Works it to the corner. Daleville looking to trap. They set up a trap right here in front of us, and a whistle and a foul. Going to be Will McKinney guilty of the infraction as they tried to trap. That's a good foul, though. It stops the clock at 1:24. It's only 1 foul on McKinney, 5 on the team. So Daleville has 1 more to give, and you got to give it fast to save clock. if that's your strategy. Daleville will double team Peyton West and not guard the inbounder. It comes in to Spence, and he gives it right back to a teammate out on top. That's Stanley. I got screen on him in a moment. Here's a pass underneath. No shot. Not on the wing. Three-pointer. No good by Luce, who drops his clipboard. Coach does, because he knows we don't need that shot. And his son looks at him and goes, that's my fault. And he's right. That's a thinking game. Come on, Drew. Yeah, that's what he said. He'll hear about that later. Stops the clock for Daleville with 1:08 to go in the game, so they've got a chance at 70-63. Wap's still in the driver's seat. Daleville needs a big bucket here. 1:05 go in the game. Fleming across the timeline. Behind his screen. Drives it. Kicks it to the corner. Back to Fleming. Is he going to take the three? Looks for a screen. Drives it to the paint instead. On the run. Fires up the glass. No. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Peyton West had his hand on it but couldn't bring it in. And it belongs to Daleville. Stops the clock with 54.2 seconds to go in a 7-point game. Daleville has to score here. Price will inbound. 4 high on the inbound play across the free throw line. Price looks for a man in the corner. McKinney has it. Gotta hurry. McKinney out on top to Fleming. Fleming, crossover dribble. Has too much time. He's got to get a shot up. Price from on top. Three-pointer. No. Rebound out of bounds. Saved back in. Three-pointer on the way. Off the back iron by Fleming. On a great play by Hill to try to keep it alive. There's a foul in the backcourt as Price fouls West to stop the clock at 34.3. Third foul on Price, number 6 on the team. And Daleville in tough territory now, trailing 70-63, 34.3 to go. Backcourt inbounds play. Pass comes in. And a foul given right away by Will McKinney as he fouls Trey Spence to stop the clock. And now both teams in the bonus. 2 fouls on McKinney. Both teams in the 1-and-1. And with 33 seconds exactly left in the game, if you can hit your free throws, you're going home with the dub if you're Wapahani. It's going to be Spence at the line. Spence ready. Needs the first one to get the second one. Eyes it, flies it, got it. Spence with 10 points in the game. That makes the lead 71-63. Wapahani. Spence, the sophomore, having a good night in double figures. His average is 11.1, and if he makes this, he'll be right on 11. And he does. Both free throws good. Timeout by Wapahani. We're going to stay right here with you. 72-63. So a good job by Wapahani. Doing exactly what they want to do for the most part. Milking the clock. Forcing the fouls. Hitting the free throws. That was 2 out of 2 by Spence there. You look down the scorebook tonight. West at the line, 3 out of 3. Spence, 2 out of 2. Chandler Wise, 3 out of 4. So they've had a really good night at the charity stripe. So you total that up, 3, 5, 9, 8 out of 9. 8 out of 9 at the line for Wapahani. That's fantastic execution in the game. So off the timeout, Daleville will have to inbound on the baseline in the backcourt. They'll bring it 84 feet, trailing 72-63. You think they're going to take a triple? I'll bet you they do. Letting it roll in across the timeline is Connor Fleming. He picks it up, dribbles to the right side, looks for a 3. You got to shoot fast. Takes the drive, off the glass for 2 instead. Connor Fleming, 14 points. And here's a whistle in the backcourt and a blocking foul against Daleville. 72-65, and Daleville will take the foul. It's going to be on Connor Fleming. 2 personals on him, and the big thing now is just the free throws. Peyton West, a perfect night at the line. This will be 1-and-1 with 23.3 seconds to go. Looking for his 29th point. West fires and hits. He'll get another. 4 out of 4 tonight from the stripe, going for his 3rd straight 30-point game. at 73-65. West fires. No good. Kiss of death. Rebound to Daleville. Here they come fast. Fleming got to fire a three. Better launch soon. There it goes. Long one. Off the front iron, no. West with the rebound for Wapahani. And Price gives the obligatory foul to stop the clock at 11.4 seconds to go. Fourth foul on Josh. And up now to check into the game for Wapahani is Sean Malloy. And it's going to be free throw time again for the Raiders. Let's see if I can jinx them again. 1-1 for West, looking for the 30th point of his night. He's got it. Kid's a sensational player, and he'll get another. It's a 74-65 game. Daleville is going to make some substitutions during the dead ball. Checking in for Daleville, a couple of substitute players. Nathan Whitty is going in the game. Keaton Mugrage is going in the game. So West will have another free throw coming. He's had 30, 31, and 30 in his last 3 games, looking to match that career high 31. He did that against Monroe Central last weekend in a fantastic game. West with his next one on the way, and he got it again. 31 on the night. Final 10 seconds, 75-65 game. Spin move inside. Hale with a beautiful move to bank it in. 22 points for him, and there's the buzzer. This game is over. Final score, Wapahani 75, Daleville 67. Great game. Broncos just couldn't stay with the Raiders in the second half tonight. What a fantastic ball game. We'll take the break, come back to recap it for you after this timeout. It's Daleville losing to Wapahani 75-67 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
From Jamestown to Jonesville, from North Salem to South Milford, from River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It's 35 powerhouse radio stations, Fox Sports Indiana, and the World Wide Web, combining their vast resources to blanket the state, the Midwest, and the world with the purest, most riveting presentation of high school sports in America. From Anderson to Attica, Kendallville to Kokomo, follow the high school sports that make our state great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history, I love world history. Baseball, wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's still a place. There's still a place where performance is enhanced by extra effort, not by performance-enhancing drugs. There's still a place where contracts are between coaches and players, and the terms are non-negotiable. There's still a place where an edge is something you gain by working harder than your opponent. There's still a place where sport is pure. That place is the high school in your community. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we believe that while competition can be fierce, it doesn't change the fact that it's only a game. The goal may be to win, but the point is to have fun. And if you want to be reminded of just how great sports can be when they're played the right way, then the place to be is at a high school sporting event in your community. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to Daleville High School. Brian Beaver along with you. This one has gone in the books, and it belongs to the Wapahani Raiders. The final score tonight, Wapahani 75, Daleville 67, in a very exciting game. Well played. Not a lot of turnovers, some very good offense, and some pretty good defensive plays at times as well. In this one, the fans really got their money's worth tonight out here in southwestern Delaware County. Unofficially, 1, 2, 3, 4 Broncos in double figures tonight. 1, 2, 3 guys, nearly a fourth for Wapahani. After a quarter, it was Daleville ahead 17-15. Broncos led at the half 35-30. Third quarter's where the game turned. Wapahani really exploded. They scored 25 points in period number 3 and went from 5 down to 5 up, 55-50 after 3. They scored 20 more in the fourth quarter to Daleville's 17 in the final stanza to win going away 75-67. A late surge by Daleville. They tried to get back in the game. They got it to 70-63 on a Josh Price triple, but that's as close as they could get the rest of the way. Daleville led late first quarter, most of the second quarter, but in the third, it was the Raiders really kicking it into gear, and they win going away. Wapahani improves to 16-4 overall. Daleville drops 2 in a row now to go down to 12-8 overall. Unofficial scoring tonight, double figure night, and another big one for the great Peyton West. 31 points unofficially for Peyton tonight. So we said 30, 31, and 31 in his last 3 games to really come on strong late in his senior year. Rest of the scoring for Wapahani, Drew Luce hit 4 triples for 12 points. Trey Spence had 11. Chandler Wise, 7 points. Garrett Stanley, 2. 9 off the bench on a triple, if you will, 3 trays by Jarrett Randolph. Caleb Smith, his only bucket, a triple for 3 points. Isaiah Brozier played, didn't score. Sean Malloy came in late, played, didn't score. That's your total of 75 for Wapahani. You look down at Daleville's night, sensational game again by Ryan Hale. 22 points, unofficially 13 rebounds for the 6'4 senior. 19 points, that's a new career high in the high school playing days of Josh Price, who had a fantastic game. He had 6 triples and a free throw for his 19 points. 14 points, 1 under his average for Connor Fleming. 12 points for Will McKinney, including a pair of triples. His first bucket of the night and his last one were trays. But you know what? Daleville ran out of troops. They only got scoring from 4 players. Hayden Huff started, didn't score. Max Stecker off the bench, no points. Nathan Whitty off the bench late. Keaton McGrage off the bench late, no points. So when you're only getting scoring from 4 guys, it's a little tough against a really good 2A team in Wapahani. Raiders haven't been getting votes in the poll, but at 16-4, they might start getting a little notice, getting ready for the state tournament. But a 31-point night is tough to undo for anybody when a guy named Peyton West is in your gym, and he put on a show again. Tonight he had 11 at halftime, 20 in the second half for Mr. West. He's phenomenal. Some college coach out there ought to be wrapping him up like a Christmas present. So that'll do it for tonight. We had 4 ties in the game, 15, 38, 40, and 42. Daleville's last lead was at 43-42. Wapahani got the lead back at 45-43 on a 3-point play by West, and that was it. They were off to the races, and the guys from Selma, the Selma Steamroller, was in gear and heading for home with the dub. Final score tonight, For the final time, Wapahani 75, Daleville 67. For all of us at Beaver Media, I'm Brian Beaver. Thanks for being along for the ride tonight. These games are archived on YouTube on the Delco Preps channel. So if you have a relative who'd like to hear it and didn't get to be along for the ride originally, as soon as I click stop here in a couple minutes, you'll be able to listen to it to your heart's content. So until next time, probably Delta at Burris a week from tonight, I'm Brian Beaver. Appreciate having you along. Thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you next week. So long, everybody.